All right. Hopefully you're able to hear the music, and hopefully you're able to hear me this time. All right, third time is a charm, or so they say. So we're just testing out recording and all of our technical apparent limitations today. Making sure the sound is audible, not cracking, good quality, not too far away. I'm not losing certain syllables at the beginning or end of my speech or picking up too much background noise or anything like that. So any comments or feedback on the audio quality throughout the entire video, both desktop audio and my microphone, would be appreciated. We're also testing the video, so video quality, the lighting quality. We've lost some of the lights over the recording session, so it's a little darker back there than I would like, but we'll fix that up for the next one. And then just testing the kind of other technical aspects, so scene transitions, the readability of code when we're on the code screens or reading websites when we're there. So all of that kind of stuff, if you can leave it down in the comments and let me know what needs to be improved, or if you liked any of it, that would be helpful. Okay, on to the content. What we're here to discuss is basically the debut of the .dev channel. We're going to be doing a lot of app development live on stream, and it's going to be community requested apps. So everyone gets a chance to vote on, the next app they want to, discuss. We'll have a live stream brainstorming using AI and different tooling to come up with the guidelines that we need for the app, the languages, frameworks, things that we're not going to do, things that are in scope as part of the MVP. Basically just flesh out the idea, and then once we've done all that, we're actually going to start developing it. Now, we're going to use AI where possible. So especially for the initial part of most projects, we're probably going to see some pretty heavy AI involvement. And then nearing the middle to end of the project as we approach the MVP status, we'll probably see more manual development on stream just to take it that last little bit. The goal is to create production viable, if not completely production ready, MVPs of apps. So basically a proof of concept that has some very basic yet viable security for whatever the application might require, or the distribution, basically all that kind of stuff. We want to be conscious that people would potentially use this and they either fork the project and develop it on their own, or just use it on their own hardware. And we want it to be functional, safe, secure to the best of our ability, but also completely open source. So it's up to the community to develop it further once we get the proof of concept or MVP going, and basically take it from there. So on our website right now, it's very basic, just something really simple that has the kind of style and color scheme we're going for, as well as some links to our social. So the primary one is going to be the YouTube videos. That's going to be where we're primarily going to be focusing all of our streams, although we're also probably going to be cross streaming or uploading to Twitch as well. And then we're going to have, well, we already have, and we're going to be promoting our Discord community to basically have like-minded developers that really just love cranking out different apps, proof of concepts as new. And I mean, the AI tooling and technology is going so fast, it's near impossible to even get a proof of concept out before the next big thing hits. So we're hoping to kind of pool our resources, get people talking about stuff, excited on projects together, building open source stuff that, solves needs for people or just proves a concept, and, good for portfolios, that kind of stuff. We just basically want to develop as much as we can, all driven by the community and what you guys want. So to kind of further that, one of the first things I built here, it's a cold start, so it just takes a few seconds here. Once it's loaded, it's going to show us our app idea submission page. So this is basically apps that we could potentially flesh out further on stream and then work on and fully develop. The big one that I really want to get working on, other than this one that I've already started on, which is voice assistant, I'm going to debut in a little bit here, is this 0-player game idea. So it's super rough. I really want the community to jump in and kind of guide the development. I don't want to be making all the decisions, but super, super rough for this one. I want it to be something where we can take all the viewers' names that like want to be part of it, that agree to it. We'll take all their channel or their user names, and we'll basically create a 0-player game. Maybe that's some kind of a medieval like RPG-esque where they're randomly moving around on the map, and if they run into each other, they get into a combat and something like that. And maybe the only one player wins at the end, and there could be some kind of a stream reward or something like that. Super rough idea, but that's kind of what I had in mind. Some kind of a 0-player game that involves the channel viewers as the NPCs or our main characters. So what this should do is more than just a regular submission. It is an LLM workflow. It's going to summarize the user's idea, and then it is going to review all the current ideas, and then it's going to compare them and do a couple of sanity checks, make sure it's not spam, that it's actually an app idea, and that if we have an app idea that's similar, it's going to vote for that one. And if we don't have one that's similar, it'll submit it as a new app. So I thought this would be kind of a cool little example. So we're going to go through how this was built. I think I built it 2 different ways, so we can kind of go through that. Discuss tooling decisions and why you might want to choose one or the other, or kind of what I settled on, and can kind of blossom from there. So that's like the main one that I wanted to do there. You can see I have a couple of GitHub repos already started here. This is the website one here, and then we have some nerd dictation stuff, which is just some settings for this this app, which is actually pretty cool that we can talk about on stream one time. And the big one that I want to debut now that I'm primarily working on is this voice assistant. Everyone's pretty much working on a voice assistant these days, with OpenAI's real-time API coming out, and just basically just the voice getting good enough, the ability to not only process the audio in real time, but also accept like an interruption and adjust the way the speech that the LLM gives based on the emotion or interjection of the user or content or whatever it is. So it's really developing really quickly. This voice assistant isn't currently tying into any of that yet. It's still doing it the old way. It's a lot cheaper, like orders of magnitude cheaper to convert to text and then convert the text back to speech via another API. And honestly, unless the text is really long, it's pretty fast. It's maybe not truly real time per se, but I'll demonstrate it right now and you'll see it's pretty good. All right, so here we are in my voice assistant one. Just gonna run it here to show you. All right, so I'm just using envman to have my environment variables safe while running into the different programs. Are you able to hear me? Oh, testing. Can you hear me? Oh, something must have happened there. Let's try again. Same command. Testing. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's up?
Not much. For a second there, it didn't sound like I was going to be able to demonstrate what you're able to do.
Got it. If you need help with anything specific or want to test something else, just let me know.
All right. Well, why don't we tell the stream a joke?
Sure, here's one. Why don't skeletons fight each other? Because they don't have the guts.
That's pretty good. All right. Thanks, Andrea. All right. Not sure what happened the first time. Probably just an audio device or something. But yeah, so she's able to hear what I'm saying. It sends it to the LLM. Right now it's tied into OpenAI, but you can use any of them. She has some custom instructions on how to respond, similar as you would get from, like system prompt level or like custom GPT level instructions. And then she responds via the 11 Labs API and the voice that I've chosen. So it's fully customizable in the settings too, because I've been kind of demonstrating everything right now, just kind of matter-of-factly and explaining what's going on, which is fine because we're testing the audio and all that. But when we really get into it, I want it to be a little bit more fun and comical and kind of, debut some of the changes to the workflow that AI is bringing, almost in a over-the-top kind of way. So part of what I did was develop this voice coach that I call, well, it's like a satirical affirmation coach voice that I did. So I have the ability with the voice assistant app to add in a settings flag where I give it my settings here, which is going to point it to the voice and the instructions and prompts and all that. So we're going to speaking to a different, essentially a different AI right now. Now, what I'm trying to achieve ultimately with the voice assistant app is to have a panel of AIs where we can essentially speak to the group, and then one person from the group will respond back. Kind of trying to simulate like a regular conversation. So you don't always have everyone talking over each other. There might be some overlap. There also might be information that gets lost because, I mean, how often does that happen? You're waiting for a kind of moment to respond, and then you forget what you were going to say once the moment presents itself. So I don't know if we necessarily need to simulate that or if that's going to be an important part of it, but I really want to kind of embark on that. So anyways, to make it slightly more entertaining, here is my satirical affirmation coach, Rolf. Hey, Rolf, how you doing?
Yes, I'm thriving like a cactus in a thunderstorm. How about you?
I'm good. You're actually live on stream right now. You want to say anything to the viewers?
Indeed, I'm here to remind everyone that every moment of your life is just a fleeting illusion wrapped in the mundane. Enjoy the show.
Thanks, Rolf.
Yes, your gratitude shines like a diamond in the rough, if only it wasn't a cubic zirconia.
So the voice isn't polished, to say the least, but it's pretty funny. I like it. It's going to be a working concept, and I'm going to try to do a few more of those kind of voices and custom program instructions to have different like personality simulations. And then if we can get the group combo working, essentially we should get some interesting results. So I'm excited to see that one come to fruition. So that's the two things that I had in mind so far, which, just to kind of recap, is the app I demonstrated, the voice assistant, and then this 0 player games app idea from the app idea submission, and then basically just any other submissions that anyone has. We're willing to consider pretty much anything that is possible to achieve in a kind of minimum viable product or proof of concept style or form. And yeah, just definitely it has to be something that we can keep open source and give back to the community, because that's one of our main goals. But other than, some of those limitations, are pretty much open to anything. So submit all of your ideas and let me know the feedback you have about the stream quality, the audio, pretty much anything. Would be eager to hear how everyone thinks about it. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.